You're listening to Princess Priest, written by V.C. Willis, narrated by Ken B. Erotic, published by Horsemen Publishing Incorporated. Copyright V.C. Willis and 2020. All rights reserved. Chapter 1. The Fanged Lady. I gripped the silver dagger, la dame de croc, tighter. Like droplets of blood across the blade, my eyes reflected my desire for its destruction. The ornate hilts, laughing skulls, and vines dug into my palm. With a tilt to the keen blade, a long-forgotten language made itself known. This was the tool for the rite of passage for the next generation of Bloodeaters. It was my duty, the next in line to be king of the court, to protect it with my life. I didn't care to inherit the wretched thing. Tonight, in my honor, a masquerade party whispered from the lower levels of the manor. The sense of jubilation resonating from the guests was a growing friction of heat against my soul. I intended on ending the centuries-old tradition of blood-eating with my abdication from the throne. My father's advisors would likely imprison me if they knew my intentions. They would claim the pacifist demons of the house, or even human ideals from the tower, were to blame. The truth was simpler. With little historical records survived amongst the royal library, told me the story of betrayal and ascension to a never-ending civil war. The house had turned on those it promised to protect and devoured them for their power. Thus, the tradition of eating blood of humans was born with the use of the magical blade in my hand, and I wanted nothing to do with it. "Are you not joining the celebration, Dante?" The voice belonged to Viceroy Falco, a sinister bastard who was also a revered war hero. "Ah, I see they handed the la dame de croc over to you. Fanged Lady. Such a wonderful name for a blade." Glancing over my shoulder, I saw that his lips were tight and a scornful flare in his eyes told me what I already knew. "I'm sorry my father didn't hand it to you, Viceroy Falco." By human standards, Viceroy Falco was in his mid-20s, but he'd been walking this world for at least 2 centuries. He fought in the front lines when the Civil War reached a peak, pressing for territory. They pushed the court and its non-blood-eater demons to the mountains over 100 years ago. It was obnoxious how he towered over me, despite my superior ranking. He was broad-shouldered, carried a sword, and the white strands of his hair looming across his maroon eyes added to the deceitful atmosphere that never left him. With each step, Viceroy Falco's armor clacked as the golden devils and chains knocked against the black lacquer of the ceremonial armor on his shoulders and chest. It was more of a fashion statement than practical for battle when he wore the black steel equivalent. "It's only because you're the king's last surviving son," he snorted, stepping closer to inspect the skulls on the hilt. "You were still too young and naive to wield such a sacred artifact. A mistake. No offense, my dear prince." 28 is old in human terms. It earned me a sneer. His fangs clenched as I covered the blade with its black silken cloth. "I'm old enough to know not to misplace this into the wrong hands." He stiffened, feeling the verbal stabs aimed in his direction. "As its protector, no one is to touch it." Despite my age, I appeared to be nothing more than a young boy of 18. Besides the fangs hidden behind my lips, the ever-present maroon eyes of a demon were the signs of what I was, not human. Earlier in the war, it had been a malicious tactic to send out younger demons to use their childlike appearances to infiltrate various noble households serving the tower. Many hadn't come home after being discovered, including a few cousins and a sister far before my conception. Demons that young had no power, not yet come of age to join the ritual of the blade, where cutting of flesh in their first feedings unlocked a lifetime of thirst. The first blood must be taken from a cut brandished by la dame de croc, or the demon faced the madness, a curse which drove human and demon to insanity of wanting to devour the meat of their fellow men and sometimes themselves. When the madness peaked, they would foam at the mouth, eyes rolled back in their heads, berserking until their hearts beat themselves to death. The magic ritual passed down to the house cleansed both vessels, blood-eater and prey, allowing the art to be feasible. Viceroy Falco had sent many humans and opposing demons in battle into the madness with relentless bites, earning him the title of Le Chien Enrage, or the Rabid Dog. "Watch your words," Viceroy Falco hissed, turning on his heel, tugging his mask back on. He paused, as if regaining his composure. "If I didn't know better, you're accusing me of being a thief, Dante." "Don't fool yourself, Falco. I didn't fear the monster standing before me," my eyes hitting his own with knowing supremacy. "If I wanted, I could end your life here. We both know you've stolen enough from me, but you will not have this." A lot of talk for a demon who has fought one tiny battle and has yet to drink human blood. Gripping his sword,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?